The people who are helping others, they have to have their cup filled in order to fill other cups. People like Sarah are those people.
She's got a 100-acre horse farm with 36 horses on it.
Sarah offers therapeutic riding at her ranch. This is a type of therapy that helps folks with anxiety and depression.
Having a property this big, there's always maintenance that takes time and takes a lot of money. It was tough on my own, but to not keep this place my kids loved, it was heartbreaking. I'm not giving up on this place. I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
I can't wait to surprise Sarah. She has no idea we're coming. Hello, Sarah?
Oh my gosh, I was just watching you on TV this morning. And you're at my house.
We have a farm too,
We do.
where we live. We live in Arkansas, and we know how much work it is.
All of this property, all of these horses, all of these
lot of
chickens. Oh my gosh, it's got to be a ton of work.
Every day, my goal is to pay the bills, still raise my kids, and support the horses, support the trainers that are here, and to just keep going.
You do everything you do for your kids, but you're also still helping your community.
That's why we're here. That is why we're here, right there.
Yes. Clients are going to be passing right by your house.
Yes.
So we want this house to feel like a part of your business, because it is. All right, so here's what I think would look nice. I think we need to close this opening under the front porch and add some landscape, okay? And then we'll repaint and we'll bring in some character with shutters and maybe a Dutch door. This is a nice big open space. Yes. There's tons of potential in here, but it's missing the character and the rustic elements that are quintessential to a ranch.
Do you use the fireplace?
Yes.
That same 90s feel, that honey-colored oak.
When you walk in, this needs to be a really cool focal point.
I agree.
There is another layer to this type of therapy where you need to sit and you need to connect and talk. It's not just happening in the barn. And Sarah hopes to do that here in her house,
Yeah.
but at the moment, it's not super functional. Okay, so let's talk kitchen.
This island?
It's a country, not an island.
Yeah.
It is.
The kitchen island is huge, and it's in the way. It doesn't function. There's almost too many cabinets.
Ooh,
No one ever
love that.
complains
No,
about
that.
I love that. You are speaking my language.
It's too much.
All right, let's replace the flooring with a lighter hardwood, so then that'll help the room feel airy and bright. And then we'll update this fireplace so that your new living room will feel comfortable and cozy for when you have clients over. To show off these gorgeous views, I want a run of windows over your sink. Let's get rid of this island and bring in something more functional, and maybe a smoky midnight blue for your cabinet color, which will look so good with the brick flooring I have in mind. Brick is a great option here because it's long-lasting, it's low maintenance, and I think it'll add this distinct element to your kitchen that feels ranchy. You need to get packing, so we're gonna let you go.
When people come and they can see how beautiful this house is to match the rest of the ranch, then I think it'll just be a better experience for everyone.
Time to say goodbye to the 90s and bring in the ranch style this house calls for. So we have teamed up with Brad, our head carpenter, get this thing cleared out so we can start putting stuff back in. We've got several people working inside today. Got the guys replacing the kitchen windows. I'm so excited to see that. Look at the view we opened up. It's quintessential Colorado horse ranch. Anything that we do to better her house betters all the work that she's doing in this community. No front porch is complete without a great swing. It needs to incorporate horses into it.
Absolutely. We need an equine type of effect, definitely.
Yeah. We're gonna build a pine frame, but I want to wrap this porch swing in cedar wood. It's lightweight, has oils in it that make it resistant to rot, making it perfect for outdoors. We got to field test it first. Oh, yeah.
You know, I love to draw inspiration from my surroundings when designing a space. So for Sarah, it's going to be so important to include parts of the horse ranch because that is a huge part of her story.
And then,
A lucky horseshoe.
is it right side up?
No, gotta keep it from spilling out. Keep it upright.
I'm going to inlay this horseshoe for Sarah and whomever she may have out at the ranch. Oh, yeah, that little collar.
That's definitely gonna work.
Now that we've combined the light gray roof, the white exterior, the light blue shutters, and the Dutch door, Sarah's house is turning into a classic ranch home. The brick flooring looks so incredible in the kitchen, and I decided to continue it onto the range hood. This adds instant warmth and charm, especially against those butcher block countertops. And John's here to help us install the faux wood beams and the new stair railing.
So we had some Douglas fir milled up. Adding these beams and the warmth of the wood, this is gonna give a lot of beauty to this space.
You know, this house, we went with the overall design theme of a sophisticated ranch. So we really wanted to draw from the beautiful blue skies and all of the natural elements, like the woods and the bricks and the copper, all of those things that are just found in nature, and bring that into our home. Look at them playing, look. They're so
frolicking.
cute. This is amazing.
Isn't this cool?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Oh, right there, that's good.
Good?
I love it. I love it. It's perfect. Is that her?
Oh my gosh. How cool. It's amazing. It doesn't even look like the same house.
You know, before your house didn't feel like it belonged on a ranch. It didn't have a lot of character. So we really just added some touches to give it that character and to make it feel like it belongs on this beautiful property. We started with a new roof. You have new shutters.
And the copper's my favorite.
Oh, good. Dutch front door, which is adorable. Feels perfect for a ranch.
It looks like the American Dream Home. It should be in a magazine.
Yeah, we've been busy out here. New paint, new columns, new flag, new porch swing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I have a famous Dave Marks porch swing.
But it's unique to Sarah Boone.
Yes.
Looks like a used horseshoe from the ranch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never done that before. We wanted something a little bit different for you.
I just feel like at peace.
Yes.
This is
I love
the
it.
finishing touch to the feeling I want to have out here.
Should we go in?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. It's phenomenal. I get to live here?
Yes, this is your house. Welcome home.
This is not the same house. I am blown away. It's so bright in here.
It is. There's so much natural light in here now. We whitewashed the fireplace, nice white oak mantle, so it stays the center point of this room.
Oh, the floors are gorgeous.
It's all white oak. It will last forever, super durable. We needed something that would stand the test of time.
It is just gorgeous.
I'm sure you noticed the baluster and the new handrail here.
And no popcorn ceiling.
No popcorn ceiling.
The 90s is gone.
You can have, you know, your family here, your clients in here.
Yeah.
We just really wanted this whole space to just be really warm and welcoming.
Yeah, you can fit all these people right here, but yeah, we still have more space. This is beyond what anyone could imagine.
We're not
Yeah.
done yet.
Come on.
Okay.
And now you have a big dining space, plenty of space to have everyone around the table. We added a little feature wall here with some paneling just to give it some architectural detail. And then we have your pictures displayed above.
It makes it real. It is my house.
Yes, it is. This is your house.
Oh my God.
Check out your kitchen.
Oh my gosh, there's so much more space. There's windows.
Yes, the
I can
windows.
look out and see the pasture. I can stand here and look at everything that is the most important. And a copper sink. I have always wanted a copper sink.
I know you also love brick.
I love the combination of the wood and the brick.
I love the hood. I think it's so cool.
Doesn't
that
that good?
brick.
It has so much character.
Yes.
Everything is going really well here in Fort Morgan.
Oh, it's amazing. The whole community is involved. They're excited.
People are starting to understand the huge positive impact that this is going to have.
You can almost feel the life coming back into our streets, into our block, and into our community.
I feel like we've gotten a ton done, but there's something I feel like we're missing. Like we have a blind spot we haven't taken care of.
Something to do. They need
Yeah.
something to do. Somewhere
After
to
work.
hang out.
We want people in Fort Morgan to not just work there, but we've got to love living there. So next, we're gonna focus on projects that foster friendliness and togetherness. People will want to live in a town like that.
We need welcoming spaces.
It is so important to have things to do in your town.
I mean, if you don't feel, for some reason, attached to the place where you're from, you're gonna leave it. There's a lot of value in having places that are not businesses that foster community.
So we're gonna head over to an unused lot in the heart of downtown Fort Morgan to create a brand new community space. Greetings.
Hi, Ben.
Good to see you again.
We've got some volunteers to help us because we want to make a special, unusual little park, and it's going to be called a Prairie Maze.
One of a kind.
Yeah, it's the only one like it in Colorado.
The Prairie Maze is kind of like a mix of a corn maze and a Zen garden. This is sort of my little red wagon here because I grew up going to this church camp that had this prayer maze. You would like walk around it and meditate or pray. It was just a path on the ground. It wasn't like a wall of shrubs that you have to find your way out of.
So all of this is for you to use.
Amazing.
Nice.
The gravel lot has been a vacant, unused lot for decades.
It's a huge eyesore.
I don't even know if I would say it's an eyesore. It's not. It's just not really
It's a
anything.
missed opportunity.
Yes.
It could be something. I would love your input as a yoga instructor, like what makes people feel peaceful.
Yeah, to have somewhere where people can go and just get away from it all, I think would be really amazing for the town. Something that you can be outside, but also just to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we've got this big blank spot in the middle of downtown, why don't we make it something beautiful?
We have a pretty narrow space to work with, so it should be a winding path that leads you to the maze. Yeah, like a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow, basically. That's how we use the entire space without wasting anything. We'll have these like boulder, shrubby mounds that are in the bends of the path. And then we'll need to have a fence that keeps it safe for kids that are playing in the maze.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, well, while we're here, do we want to get started?
I do. I think it'd be good to make a little progress.
Let's do it.
I think that my favorite thing about this park is it's something that we have done in Laurel and we know it works. Pinehurst Park in downtown Laurel used to be a motel, and now it's this amazing park where people get married. It's where the Christmas tree lighting happens. It is a huge part of life
It's
in
a
our
hub.
town. And now it's the center of life again for the town. And that's what this can be. It's gonna be a really long day. With the Prairie Maze, we just want to add a little something more to it to give it as much ambiance and experience as possible. And so today we are building a giant wind chime, but not just a wind chime, a quiet wind chime.
The sound that wood chimes make is very different from a tinkly metallic sound. I don't want that. This is more of a ooh. It's like a softer.
So it's this great patchwork quilt of different wood species from all over the world. And so in that way, it's something from our shop here in Laurel, but it's very representative of the people of Fort Morgan. I'm literally gonna just cut them out in random thicknesses, random lengths, random sizes, and then we'll drill holes through them and attach the cables to them. As the wind blows, they make contact with each other. They form a community of sound. It's not a loud sound, it's almost unnoticeable. And that's nice, because if you're out there and you're trying to like have a moment of quiet, you don't want something really loud distracting you. And that right there is a wind chime, y'all. This thing is gonna be awesome. Probably gonna need one for my farm.
Anytime we can take these blank spaces in downtown and turn them into something new, it's repurposing is what we're doing. And that's what bringing a town back to life is. You find a way to repurpose.
Ben and Aaron want this to be Colorado's first Prairie Maze, which is a tall order. They've got to turn this parking lot into a green space. So we got to get irrigation, got to get these trench lines run, get the trees in, get the paths, get all the plantings. Christy and I started as landscapers 20 years ago.
This is my kind of job.
I love that they are doing this. It's going to be a huge asset to the community and such a benefit to people's just mental health.
When we put up the murals and gave Main Street a facelift, we changed the way things look around Fort Morgan, and that's important. And now that the ground cover and the plants are going in at the Prairie Maze, we're making changes that people can touch and feel and interact with. And once they wander these paths, it's going to give them a new perspective for this part of town. And that plants the seeds for more change, and it just keeps growing from there.
The Prairie Maze is different from anything we've ever done before. We don't have prairies at home, first of all. So we've never built a little meditation garden in homage to a prairie until now. And it's so uniquely Fort Morgan. That's what I think is special about it. I really hope that this inspires other improvements to start popping up. They're here.
They're here.
You ready? I hope that they love it.
How's it going? Yes. Wow.
Amazing. It's finished. I hope you guys love it.
It turned out beautiful.
It came out better than I could have even imagined. It looks so beautiful.
If there's anything I've learned about revitalizing small towns, it's taking the totally unremarkable corners of your town and giving them charm. We think it feels so peaceful, and it gives a little bit of color to this formerly gray and brown nothing.
These community spaces are so important to have a place to go and feel like you can calm down and get away from the busyness that is your job and just have this moment, you know, and you can step away from it all.
Yeah. Let's cut this ribbon.
Let's do it. All right.
Ribbon cuttings are so official. It says the work here is done, and this is a new chapter.
It says we're open for business.
3, 2, 1.
I drove past this all the time, and I never even looked this way. It was just an empty parking lot.
We're planting some seeds here, but the people that live here, they're the ones who are going to tend the garden. They're the ones who are going to get this thing growing. This is a starting point. Find all the dead spots in your town and make them something charming. Make them beautiful.
Me and my friends don't really go down Main Street that much.
If you look around, you just got people just driving by. There's not a lot of things for people to do, so most people go to the bigger cities.
And that's what we want to change. We want people to see what's so special about where they are. You can really bloom where you're planted if you look around and see what good soil you're in.
This time, we are focusing on the heart of Fort Morgan, both literally and figuratively. 2 projects on Main Street in the heart of downtown and a family home for the heart of the championship football team.
Line it up! I'm Ty Davies. This is my wife, Audra. I am the head football coach, and then I teach social studies at the high school here in Fort Morgan.
I am a kindergarten teacher. Being able to have a positive impact on kids is really important to us.
Coach Davies' home is the hub of this football program. Right now, it works, but it's mostly in the garage, and it just doesn't function as well as it could. And we want to help fix that so Ty and Audra can focus on being the amazing mentors that they are.
This is it. That's their house right there.
No way. Holy cow.
I was hoping you guys would be here. I remembered you from the rally.
My kids obviously know who you guys are. Hi.
And the guys.
Hi.
The team's all here.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is awesome. Oh my gosh.
I come from a tiny town, and football was life there. I just know the impact that you're having on these boys' lives because my football coach had that impact on my life. So that amazing momentum that you guys have started, we want to continue.
Okay, so do you guys know what we're doing here? You're gonna make over your house.
Oh my God. It's like winning the lottery. So thank you guys.
People like Coach Davies are integral to a small town like Fort Morgan, where oftentimes young people leave for jobs in school. But if you lift up the leaders who are teaching them foundational skills, they will want to come back and make the town their home. And that's really important to the longevity of a place like Fort Morgan.
So what can we do?
Yes, how can we help you make this space better for your family and for the team? How long have you lived here?
It's been about 1.5 years. We're not huge fans of the brown and yellow. So ready for some new color on there.
Okay, and I did notice you had black and white there.
Yeah.
Is that more your style versus what the house is currently?
Yes.
Maybe that's like more farmhousey?
Yes.
And this is more mid-century, so maybe we can find a way to marry those two styles. First of all, in order for the team to come over, they have to know where the door is, and I can't even see the door. So that's first and foremost.
Yeah.
Let's find the door. Make that beautiful and clean some of this landscaping up. We can paint, just kind of brighten everything up, and then really create a warm and welcoming entry. I think that's gonna make a big difference out here.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
All right, let's go in.
All right. Okay. Here we are.
All right. This is the space where you guys hang out, right? Up here?
Yeah, I would definitely say this is where our family hangs out. Because when we do have our coaches and their families over, it does get a little choppy, and there's people on the deck and sitting there and in here, and being able to have everybody together would be amazing to see each other.
We can reorient this room so that it flows better. I'm thinking we can replace the carpet with a durable flooring that will be perfect for all the company you have over. We could paint and then add a mantle over here to fill out this wall. I don't know if we can take this whole wall down because it looks structural, but maybe we can figure out a way to open it up to create a sense of togetherness. I feel like doing a black and white kitchen will look great in here. It'll make it feel bigger, and then it'll go with that modern farmhouse feel that you really love. In the dining room, I think we can create more space by building some sort of dining bench along this wall, and then that'll give us the opportunity to push the dining table back. Even if we're not adding square footage, we can make it feel like we did.
It's amazing.
Okay, I want to see the basement. Can we check out the basement?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this. It's huge.
This the ball?
Yeah, that's one of the game balls. Yeah, everybody signed it. Yeah,
That's awesome.
This room needs to highlight that.
Yes.
There you go. That would be cool.
Dave and I have a large family. We get it. We know you need space that will fit everyone, but that doesn't feel cramped. I'd love to paint the fireplace green to make it stand out and help it to feel cozier down here. Let's hang the TV above the fireplace so you can easily watch the games, and then we'll build cabinets on both sides for snacks and such. And then new carpet and new furniture that's all arranged to maximize the space. And across the room on that wall, we can add shelving to display all your sports memorabilia. That game day ball needs a home.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing.
That in turn is going to help you, help your team, help the town win another state championship.
There you go. No pressure, right?
Yeah.
There you go. You know what I like? You can see front all the way through the back window. The house is getting painted a gorgeous shade of white, and it looks amazing. It's incredible what lightening up the brick is doing to refresh this house.
So now it's time to really start bringing in some unique pieces that can breathe life and interest and personality into this house. Oh,
Check this out.
So good.
It's not just your standard newel post.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
The old one was traditional, and this new railing is modern, but it bridges the gap between mid-century modern and farmhouse vibe.
Here, I brought you some nuts for sustenance. I was having a snack. That was close.
Whenever Jenny walks in with snacks, I know there's work ahead.
So I went shopping.
Okay.
And I found some really cool pieces. So these...
Dirty old chairs.
Dirty old chairs, yes, are from a store here in town. So they are from Fort Morgan. So the history of Fort Morgan, and they're stadium seats. But I was thinking, let's bring them down to the basement. When the guys come over, got seating, and it's really cool and adds interest and character. I also found a really cool locker. You know, they've seen better days, but we can clean them up. This is a tricky house because the architecture itself is mid-century, but then Audra loves farmhouse design and style. The vintage pieces, I think, really tie back to that farmhouse feel and the history of Fort Morgan, and I think that Audra will appreciate those.
Oh, they're super comfortable.
They're comfortable, yeah. This is nice. Go team, state champions!
Fort Morgan, another state championship.
Ty and Audra Davies are two incredibly important leaders in Fort Morgan. They really needed better spaces for both their family and the football team to feel at home.
I don't know what's up ahead.
Are you ready for this?
I'm excited.
Is that
Babe,
them?
I think that's them, yeah.
Perfect timing.
I'm just hoping that all the bushes are gone.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you can see our house. Holy schmoly. So much space now.
Yeah,
I know, right?
The bushes were covering so much of our driveway.
Love the color.
Oh,
yes.
It's awesome.
Love it.
The whole goal for this house was to blend this mid-century modern home with the farmhouse style that you like.
It's beautiful. It is really beautiful.
I love it.
Hopefully we carried that inside for you and you love it just as much.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
Dude, I don't even know what to say. This is beautiful, baby.
I never could have imagined.
Well, it's a great room. It's got great light in it. New flooring and actual real lights make a huge difference.
Oh my word. This is beautiful.
So this mantle is actually from a house that's over 100 years old.
What?
Oh my goodness.
And gives you guys just a nice focal point in this living room and adds some vintage touches that I know you love.
This is the mix of like the new with the old feel.
Yes.
I think that's kind of us.
So that's not it. You got to go check out your kitchen.
Oh my gosh, the sink is like...
It's totally different.
Oh my goodness. And look at the appliances like blend with...
Oh, wow.
And I know you love black and white.
Yes,
and
I
so
do.
you kind of kept that theme throughout, which I love because of this really nice neutral palette. And you can bring in color with accessories.
I love the open shelving too.
For us with kids and when you guys have a lot of people over all the time, they can just help themselves. Grab a plate instead of having to feel like they have to dig through cabinets.
This is really cool, too.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So crazy.
We wanted the hood vent to feel special and to draw your eye there, so we added stucco to make it modern, and then we have the wood to lean into that farmhouse feel.
This is unbelievable. It feels so big.
Before you had a peninsula that came out of here that just cut everything off. And so you can all be in the kitchen, in the dining room, in the living room, and still having one conversation.
The ability to have people here, that's just important to us.
So we have this bench here so that we can kind of scooch this entire dining space over, which bought us a lot of space here to create a nice walkway.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we have another
So
space
much
that is
more.
like a multi-purpose space that you guys weren't using. I really think you're gonna love that.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yes, Audra.
Look at the railing.
Oh my word.
Oh, I love the color.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Look at the chairs, Tyrell.
Oh my goodness. Holy cow, where did you guys get these?
They're from a local antique shop.
Oh my
And
goodness.
they actually used to be in the high school.
Oh my goodness, babe, look at all this.
Go check it out.
You gotta be kidding.
Oh my goodness.
So you got chalkboard on one side, dry erase on the other.
This is so cool.
You won't have to gather upstairs in the garage anymore. You have all your memorabilia here in one place, displayed beautifully. And this is just a way to honor all the work that you guys have done and all the work that you do for these boys.
Yeah.
I love it. Before we had those cabinets over here, and it didn't make sense, and that's where the TV was, because we just couldn't figure it out down here, but this is amazing.
And we have another little gift for you. We had a local quilting group make you a little something.
Oh my goodness. Oh, they all signed it, huh? Oh man, the whole team. Oh, geez, guys. You have some pretty amazing kids in Fort Morgan.
From the bottom of our hearts, I mean, thank you for what you do for your community.
Yeah, thanks for
Pretty
trusting us with your home. It's a big deal.
It's overwhelming, and you guys have taken every little part of kind of who we are in our life, and you guys have nailed it. It's just, this is unbelievable.
All right, go upstairs first.
We always want to have people here. I think now it's going to be easy. The space, the functionality, it's perfect, really. Holy cow.
It's powerful knowing that people like the Davies family are really focused on building up the next generation.
I can't wait for other people in town to get to be able to experience everything that we experienced today. I think the whole community is pretty excited.
We're halfway done. There is still so much to do, but I'm excited.
Our strategy's working so far.
Yeah, Dave and Jenny are doing great work tackling homes and businesses, and we are loving working on these community projects with the people of Fort Morgan.
Our job here is to remind the people of Fort Morgan why this town is so special and why they should be proud of this place. And our hope is that these next projects will illustrate just that.
Historic landmarks and symbols are what is special and unique about any place you go to. And so that's true with small towns, big cities, and it's true of Fort Morgan.
Yep. And that can actually be used as like a vehicle to attract visitors.
Yeah, so in Wetumpka, Alabama, we had the Big Fish House, and that was something we really wanted to showcase. In Fort Morgan, that feature that we want to showcase, the Rainbow Bridge. The Rainbow Bridge is on the National Register of Historic Places because it is the longest marsh arch bridge in the nation.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was restored a few years ago. It's really special to the town, to its identity, and now it's mostly a pedestrian bridge. They do use it occasionally. They'll drive across it for like celebrations and, you know, special things like 4th of July. Right off Highway 52, which is a historic byway, is this gateway welcoming tourists to Fort Morgan. This is where the town welcome sign is.
You know what?
What?
Fort Morgan is kind of like the pot of gold at the end of the Rainbow Bridge.
God, I love you so much.
It's my mom joke.
It's your time to shine.
Our next project is creating a new welcome sign that'll attract visitors.
Our big strategy here is to use this sign as a marketing tool, something that people will take pictures in front of. What's up?
Afternoon.
Hi.
Hey, y'all.
How's it going?
And to help us with this redesign, we're meeting with Mayor Lynn and Andrew from the Chamber of Commerce. They're two of the biggest cheerleaders for all of Fort Morgan, and several other community leaders who are really invested in what's happening with this revitalization.
This is the gateway into town, and these guys are all working on getting the landscaping looking better around here.
Yeah.
Wow. But if we're gonna do that, I want that sign to be something special and that really reflects your real identity as a town.
We are growing as a community to be stronger and better. The sign's gonna be a stepping stone now, so there's actually something in this community to be proud of.
Are we ready?
Yep. Yeah, it's tight over here.
If Ben and Aaron can create a sign that really catches the attention of passerbys, we can show them what we have to offer.
All right, goodbye to this sign.
Thanks, y'all. Good work.
Thank y'all so much.
We're gonna head back to Laurel, and I'm gonna work on a sign design and how we can best illustrate what Fort Morgan is and what it has to offer. So we're trying to help Fort Morgan rebrand themselves, and we're gonna start with the town catchphrase, Oasis on the Plains, for the new welcome sign. It's the same catchphrase we used on the mural, and we want to reinforce the idea at one of the main entrances into town. You've got to know what you stand for, what image you want to project to the world who doesn't know who you are, because once you figure that out, it's just one of those fundamental building blocks that you can build everything else on. So I've got a concept. I want the materials to somehow represent agriculture and industry. So we're gonna have a stone base that gives it some gravity, and then we'll have Fort Morgan in the wood, wrap those letters in metal as well. We'll have metal frame, and then the slogan at the top, Oasis on the Plains. That should feel kind of like it's floating. We established our color story for the entire town when we were working on the facade project, and I'm applying that same color palette, and this sign is a common thread between the crop rows, the sunset, the Rainbow Bridge. I hope it all comes together in the artwork of this sign. You want it to look cool because you want people to pull over and you want them to take a picture with it. And when people take a picture with it, they tell their friends, and hopefully they want to go take a picture with that sign too. The reason it matters to me that we do this work in Fort Morgan is we show them how how much change can come from focusing on your town. To have a sign designed with intent is a great early step towards making a town that feels like it knows what it's doing and what it's striving toward.
One of the great things about having a factory is that we have the resources to do things like cutting out metal letters.
And we want to contribute. Even if we're in Laurel, we can't be in Colorado right now.
So today, we're going to put the catchphrase on the sign. You want to set it in the center? Straight down?
I designed the lettering and I sent it to Ronnie at the factory so he could cut it out on the CNC laser.
Now we're actually going to weld the letters to the big beam. It's cool. Aaron can design the sign. We can make part of it here, and then it all comes together in Fort Morgan from our hometown to theirs.
This is looking great.
It's going fast.
How are you figuring out the kerning?
I bought it.
It's the spacing between letters. I like to add a lot of extra space when you're trying to make like a statement. If you just left it at 0 kerning, it would just say Oasis on the Plains.
Each one of these little projects is just one step closer to bringing this town back.
When towns start telling their stories and they do it with creativity, it makes the younger people in that community start to feel pride.
I didn't really have a lot of stories to tell from this community, and doing stuff and helping it, now I have stories to tell.
Children have to believe that the place they're from is special because it grew you, and this is a part of who you are. That makes you feel responsible for its success. We're so excited for everyone to see this new welcome sign. We won't get to see it in person, but that's okay, because Paige is back to make sure the reveal goes off without a hitch.
We'll get to see it when we go back.
Yeah.
We are so excited to unveil this to all of Fort Morgan who's really come out, so thank you. And it took a lot of people, a lot of time, a lot of effort. So, who's ready for the big sign reveal? Woo! Let's get it. 3, 2, 1.
This is the capstone. This piece of art here really brings it together and showcases what our town has to offer.
My favorite part about the sign is that it's reflecting a rainbow, and then it has so much of our community in the logo.
I'm so excited because this sign will bring a new view to our amazing town.
I love the scale of the sign. This thing has a presence.
And I love the mix of materials there. The sky is just as much
It is.
a part of this sign as the stuff that we did to it.
Creating this new catchphrase and the new signage is helping Fort Morgan determine who they are as a town.
Yeah, but also, you know, when people are driving by, it will spark their interest. It'll give them one more reason, you know, like, hey, let's pull over and see what the Oasis on the Plains is.
Cody and Mackenzie Miller are a family in Fort Morgan who make teaching the next generation about agriculture a huge priority.
I have grown up on this farm since I was 8 years old. We are the fourth generation to live on this land. We have about 500 acres. We grow corn. We have dairy heifers here, some horses. This is the life we wanted, and this is the life we live. Cody and I met in college.
We both had that small town background. After having some conversations with my father-in-law, it became apparent that there was a great opportunity at the farm, and we could come back and start to take it over. We've got a set of 3-year-old triplets, Gonna feed the horses some hay or some corn?
I want to feed some hay.
Being able to raise our triplets in the house that I grew up in is pretty special. It's very important to us to be here, work on the land, and then also give back to our community.
Cody and Mackenzie's story is so near and dear to our heart.
You know, we have a farm. We use it to fund our nonprofit work, and we bring our community into our farm and have them pick our blueberries. I love that they're so invested in keeping farming alive and passing it on to the next generation.
If you don't have people to grow food, people cease to exist.
Emerson, look who it is.
Who is it? Oh my goodness,
Oh, what a good hug. So do you guys know why we're here?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
We want to renovate your farmhouse.
Yeah.
You're investing in the next generation, and that makes an impact.
So if we can take one thing off your plate, that gets you guys out in the community more, and it helps Fort Morgan, it helps farmers across our country.
Well, thank you so much.
Just knowing now that we can take this home that's been in my family for years and just put our stamp on it. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Your grandpa added on over the years.
Yep, so they homesteaded, and it was just the center part.
Okay.
And then years later, they added these two end parts.
Okay, so that was the original entry.
This was the original,
Right.
yes.
Gotcha.
I
So
gotcha.
you used that one.
Yeah.
Can we get rid of this entry?
Yeah.
Is that good?
That'd be
Absolutely.
great.
How would you like the house to feel and look outside?
I very much like the farmhouse feel, you know, like clean lines, you know, the exposed wood.
So I think we have a good plan out here. The first thing I think we need to do is streamline this exterior. We'll get rid of the extra door and then make the main entrance more substantial with a new front door. And maybe we'll add brand new dormers and some wooden shutters that will give the house dimension, and it will give your house that classic farmhouse feel that it's missing.
That's amazing.
Yeah?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, well,
Can we
let's
see
go
inside?
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay. This is so cute.
Yeah.
Now look at the three little boosters for the kids. I love it. So your farm, everybody that works on the farm and helps you on the farm, they come here. You guys meet here, probably at the table, I'm assuming. How does this work and not work for you guys?
I mean, we spend a lot of time in here. I
Right.
really love cooking, so I
Okay.
cook all the time. Having the higher countertop was good at the moment, but now it's not because it's tall for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
I gotcha.
If this was lower, you could have a nice prep space. That would be great, yeah.
We want our home to be very welcoming to the community and inviting people in so that we can then teach them what our life is about.
And how important agriculture is.
Sure.
That just helps us help the agriculture community even more.
Sure.
So.
It's amazing. If we can, we'll give you a vaulted ceiling, which will really help make the space feel bigger. I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a new durable flooring throughout. That will be a huge help, not only for keeping things tidy when you're coming in off the farm, but it'll also help with cleanup after the triplets too. In the kitchen, let's level off this island for more prep space. I like the layout for the cabinets, and they're in good shape. So let's just reface them, add a new trim, and then paint the whole space so that it feels light and airy. After you guys get out, we'll come in and we'll get started.
Thank you for all you guys
Thank
do.
you
thank you,
guys.
guys.
It's so fun
Yes,
to meet you.
thank you.
All right. We will see you soon. Okay, so countertops go. Jesse, be gentle with the cabinets. I've seen you. You're like a wrecking ball.
I'm dying to know what's up there. Can we please get into the ceiling?
Yeah.
I want to know if we can raise this.
What do you think?
I
3
wanna
or
raise-
4 foot pole?
Yeah, as long as we can get up there and kind of poke around, I think we should be good.
You guys are.
Just let her say it.
Hang on one
She's gonna
second.
say it. Okay, okay.
Fellas,
Wait for it.
can we raise the roof?
Maybe. Maybe is the right
Okay,
answer. Maybe.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, here we go.
And we have another ceiling.
Okay. And ceiling.
I mean, you can tell that this is an old roof. It's basically chicken wire. You're probably gonna have lead-based paint. You may have asbestos. Like I can't go any farther with this until we get it tested. So I think for now,
We pause.
we're on pause.
Okay, well, I'm holding on to hope that that little mystery ceiling is going to be able to be opened up. It's a mystery. Restoring historic homes is something Dave and I are deeply passionate about. We see so much heart in these places, especially farmhouses, where the design calls for simplicity and some rustic elements. We're going to preserve the charm of this 100-year-old home, but update it so it functions properly for this busy family.
We couldn't complete demo last time at the Miller house because we found some old plaster. It just looked like it could contain asbestos. Eric said they got all the test results back, so I'm going to see what we're looking at. Good morning.
How's it going?
Good. What'd you find out?
We're good to go. No lead, no asbestos.
Okay. What do we got here? You are gonna love this.
Is that another ceiling?
Look at that. There's,
what do we gain there?
14.5 inches.
We can work with that.
It might not be the vaulted ceiling we were hoping for, but if you're dealing with 8-foot ceilings to go to 9 or 9.5 feet, it's a game changer. It will make the Miller's house seem so much bigger. Let's get to it.
There's a lot happening here at the Millers. The dormers are the perfect addition to this project. They add visual interest and tie in nicely with the classic farmhouse style. When people come over to the Millers to learn about farming and agriculture, we want this house to feel unified with the rest of their property. This is a 100-year-old home. We need to bring some of that charm and character back to the exterior. We still have to get rid of these front steps, and the second entrance has been closed off, so now this exterior makes way more sense. Today, I'm meeting with Matt, who's our contractor, to check on the progress inside the house. Oh, look at the ceiling. It's nice and tall. Look at this.
Yeah, we have about a 9-foot ceiling now, so it gives us some good height.
It helps. This room feels bigger. I can breathe in here now.
It does.
I like it. Okay, so I would love to do some sort of treatment on the ceiling just so it gives it some visual interest. I know we talked about doing a coffered ceiling. And
yeah, I mocked up some of it off of your drawing here.
A coffered ceiling is basically adding trim work, molding, and some detail to the ceiling. We'll add some beams.
If you wanted to use more of like a shiplap design on the inside, it's kind of lineal.
If you just do the shiplap, it's more of the farmhouse style that I know they love.
Oh, okay.
And that's what they want.
Great.
Without agriculture, Fort Morgan really would not survive. It is truly the lifeblood of this town. And without people like Mackenzie and Cody, who are bringing up that next generation of farmers, this town won't make it. We are providing a place for this family to continue to do the work that they do, and they're also helping other people do this work all around town, the current farmers and the future ones. Oh, hi, guys.
Hello. Oh, my goodness. I love it. It's amazing.
The color just really brightens everything up.
Absolutely.
I love the window
I love
boxes and the shutters. Like, it just adds so much.
So much character. Just the curb appeal.
It's really beautiful.
Now you notice you only have one front door.
It's like
Makes a huge difference.
Oh
my goodness.
Oh my goodness. This is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Can you even...
Beautiful. The ceiling, the shiplap.
I don't know what words to even use.
I love how this whole space flows now because we know you guys spend so much time in here. You have 3 kids, and so you want to have a space where they can be in the living room playing, you can be in here cooking, somebody's sitting at the dining table. Like, you guys are all able to interact and be together, which is what's most important.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you believe it?
No. The kitchen is just so bright.
And this giant, like, farm sink. Oh, my.
I've always wanted one of these. The cabinets.
This is amazing. This is exactly where you want the cooktop, so you can
see everything.
Entertain.
Yes.
I love it. Really, I do.
Oh. Well, let's go check out your living room.
Just looks
Absolutely
so big.
Love it. It's so different without a giant door. Even though we had a couch in front of the door, it creates that just continuity for the living room.
We added the raised ceilings, the paneling, and the beams to try to bring back some of the history of this house.
I never would have imagined anything
like that. We just anticipate a lot of amazing memories here for many, many, many years.
Thank you so much.
It's a dream come true.
You know, we brought the babies home here.
And watching how much our children love this place and being close to Poppy and being close to the farm. Sorry. And watching the tractors, like the kids just love it. And knowing that we can keep them here, I can't. The renovation definitely makes it that much easier for us to stay here on the farm.
This is where I grew up, and this is what I want our children to know.
We're gonna tackle side-by-side projects, a park right on Main Street and the street right next to it, Beaver Avenue.
All right, I'm just gonna say it. Fort Morgan's weather is way better than ours.
I'm having a fall moment. Cheers to Fort Morgan.
We are headed to the park to kick off our last community project. This park has existed since 1902, and until recently, it was just known as City Park. But the City Council decided to rename it to honor one of the town's most famous residents, the conductor and 1940s big band superstar,
Glenn Miller.
Glenn Miller, y'all.
You might not know who Glenn Miller is, but you know his music. Should I start tap dancing too?
Glenn Miller moved here as a very young man. He was in the era of all the big bands, so he created his own unique sound. He had his own famous band that was world famous, but he actually started right here in our own little city band in our city park.
For a kid who grows up in a small town, it feels exciting to know you could be anybody and be anything. You could be Glenn Miller someday.
We need to help this town tell that story.
If you don't tell your own story, no one will do it for you. Gotta toot your own horn.
Oh, I see what you did there. We're gonna meet with a few community leaders today. Okay, y'all are a music town. Music is ingrained in this town's DNA. Glenn Miller grew up here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is his hometown.
Hometown.
See, that's it. This is Glenn Miller's hometown.
When I grew up here, this park was very, very different. There was a gazebo in the middle, and that's where the Glenn Miller band would perform.
I love it. And y'all do music every Thursday night?
Tonight.
Every Thursday.
It's a tradition that's been since the beginning of our town.
Yeah.
The town is already using the park in a really cool way. It's where they have music events and festivals, but I think they could be doing even more.
I want to talk about something over at the band shell. I mean, you got the grass is so gorgeous out here, but then around the stage, it looks like it's hard to maintain here where people are always trampling it.
It does. It takes some compaction, and we'd love to be able to do something with it.
So here's what we've got to do. We need to give this park an identity that needs to say Glenn Miller Park. Maybe you could have like metal sculptures of saxophone, or trombone, and then somehow use musical notes to pay homage to your music heritage. You take your picture inside a frame, but then deep into the part where the amphitheater is, against the stage, we're gonna pour concrete there and then put the name of the park in the concrete pad so that it's branded with this identity in two places.
Y'all like it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Love it.
Love it.
Great. Who's ready to dig?
Let's do it.
Right
You
here.
got one my size.
I don't shovel, but I supervise.
We do need a good
I can
supervisor.
tell you how to do it.
In downtown Laurel, we have Leontine Price Park, which is basically just an alley that was turned into a tribute to Leontine Price, Laurel's most famous musical resident. She was an opera singer, and she got the longest standing ovation in Carnegie Hall history. It was like 30 minutes.
Every small town is different. Your town has some significance that everybody else's town doesn't have. Celebrate that. We're getting ready to head back to Laurel, but we're gonna send our designs to the local metal shop. They're gonna get started on creating all the different elements that we need for the new Glenn Miller Park. We got a couple of weeks left until the big party. The metalsmiths are working on the musical notes and frame for the selfie station, but we kind of feel like something's missing.
Okay, Ben had this idea to make a wooden sign to tell people how to use this installation. Join the band, take a picture, selfie station, without saying the word selfie. It's a very classic and timeless jazz era font choice. It's very simple, but it needs to be simple. We don't want to take away from what they're taking a photograph of. We just want to nudge them on how to use it. The goal is always, with something like this, to make them take a picture so they share it The sharing is where we're really interested, because you want to see this picture in someone's photo album. You want to see it posted on their social media. We want to know that they came to Fort Morgan and this is something that they saw that was special.
Now that the sign has been designed, I'm gonna make it out of butcher block. Look at that. I'm gonna cut all these strips out. We'll glue them together. The technology here is something that I learned from one of Aaron's art school teachers, where this wood glued together will actually be stronger than the joints that Mother Nature gave it. Glue it, clamp it, let it dry good. We'll leave that overnight, come back tomorrow, we'll be ready to work on it. What's up, brother?
How are you today?
I'm good.
All right, is this the board?
This is the board. Of all the things that this sign does, my favorite thing is the call to action. It will encourage people to stop, get out of their car, and take a picture of what they're doing. And who knows, maybe while they're there, they'll decide to, take a few steps over to get some food at Zazzy Cafe, or go shopping at China Grove, or get some ice cream at Mosqueda Delicacies. And that all leads to more time and more money spent in Fort Morgan, and that's key for any town of any size to prosper. Wayne, you got the cup?
Yeah.
Pouring the epoxy into the relief is going to make those letters pop. All right, here we go. I'm gonna mix it up.
Step back. I don't have an apron on. This is a little like decorating a cake. That's what it's reminding me of. I'm over pouring. I felt like it was a personal challenge. I needed to see if I could neatly pour the epoxy in small lines.
You couldn't.
And I couldn't. Ooh.
Good call on the black, babe.
Thank you. I wanted it to be easily readable. I love it. I think it looks beautiful. We only have a couple days left until our big celebration when we're gonna pass the torch back to Fort Morgan. And I just hope that we've done enough to reinvigorate their love for this town. But first, we get to show them the new Glenn Miller Park.
There we go. Join the band, take a photo. You gotta wet the lips.
Do you? Great job.
And nothing like a park in the fall, right?
Right.
Wow, look at that.
So good.
Hey, hey!
Oh my gosh! Look at
What do you
this!
So good.
This is
It's good, huh?
amazing! Wow.
We named your baby. It's Glenn Miller Park.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah. It's still important that we teach our kids why the people who are from where we live matter. It helps them believe that they can do great things too. So then we thought by adding some visual element, it feels intentional. It pays homage to your music heritage.
It's just spectacular. You know, you're driving down the street and you go, whoa, what is that? Once we get people to stop their car, get out and walk around the park, walk down the main street, look at the new stuff.
It's almost like a town square now, This is the heartbeat. The rhythm of our community just spreads out from this park now and flows through our main street. It's awesome.
We'll post these pictures, hashtag join the band.
Hashtag Glenn Miller Park. And that was the whole intent, to give you moments that are photographable so then your visitors become billboards for your town.
I just think it's spectacular.
Y'all want to see the rest of it?
Let's do it. It was tough staring down the barrel of 18 projects in 4 months.
There are aspects of this that were the hardest thing that we've ever done.
But nothing great
is easy.
I mean, it takes a literal village of contractors, woodworkers, landscapers.
And an amazing design team here that was led by Mary, who has been incredible to work with.
They have what they need. We've shown them how to implement it. They've just got to work it now. Look out! Fort Morgan, Colorado! You are incredible!
Over these 4 months, we have seen how much you all love this town.
We love you too!
Oh, thanks, we love you too! Oh!
And we could not have done any of this without y'all's help.
You all showed so much community spirit.
Now it's time for us to hand the torch back to you all.
And before we go, we wanted to take a moment to say,
thank you, Fort Morgan, Colorado.
Look out!
All right, let's get this party started. Oh, there she is. I just love seeing the people that have come out today. The pride in Fort Morgan, the enthusiasm for their town. You can feel it.
You got to think of your town as a team, that team you pull for no matter what. And they're out here supporting their town.
This is a weekday.
This is a Tuesday night.
I just cannot really honestly believe how our community has been transformed. And for somebody who was born and raised here, I mean, when you think about rural communities drying up, we're not drying up. We're flourishing. And you've been that spark behind that. So thank you.
I mean, we've created such wonderful habits in such a short amount of time.
Yes.
We have weekly meetings now with our city officials.
So don't stop doing that.
Do not stop.
Yeah, it would definitely be a lot easier to throw in the rag and go work for a company who pays a lot more and offers a lot more benefits. But I really do love our community. I love the people in it. And I love that I can be a part of making somebody's life a little bit better.
Thank y'all for all your hard work.
I've had the opportunity to do some traveling, and coming home is like going to grandma's. It just gives you that feeling from inside that says, this is where I belong, this is home.
It couldn't have been more timely that HGTV came to town. It helps us believe in ourselves. It's helping us to see, hey, we do have potential.
I think they're so fired up now, they have new ideas that they haven't thought of before, that they feel like they have the power to accomplish.
I think the best is yet to come for our community. We just need to, stand together and make it work. We need to keep the momentum going and have confidence that we can take whatever happens next.